The team over at ASUS, Nick Vora, thanks very much Nick, was very kind enough to send us out a ASUS C436F for us to unbox. So, if you are interested in that and seeing some of the latest ASUS Chromebooks, then stay tuned. So before we get into it, I'd like to go through just some of the specifications of this device to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be unboxing. So firstly, the ASUS C436F is the specific model that we are going to be unboxing that we have here. It is a 14-inch Chromebook. It is super lightweight. That's one of the key features of it. It's also really thin as well at only 13.7 millimeters. It's got the new Wi-Fi ASUS AX and Wi-Fi Max. So it really has much faster Wi-Fi speeds. And I was looking at some of the tests that ASUS did on this, and it is actually incredible, the difference. And for a lot of people working from home now, those types of things are really important. It's got quad speakers and Harman Kardon certified. It's also got a fingerprint scanner integrated, so very similar to the MacBook. And I think overall for me, having looked at the specifications of this, obviously haven't looked at the device itself yet, it feels very Mac-like. And I think a lot of the features and stuff are at that level of a premium device. Next up, it is a 10th generation Intel Core i7. So there are other models, i5 and stuff like that, but the version we're looking at is the i7. It's 16 gigs of memory. These are all the top specs that you can get for it. 512 gigabytes of SSD, all day battery life, so 12-hour battery life. USB-C 2, you got 2 of those, and also those always on ports that you can charge up on as well, and fast charging, which is great. Combo stereo head, mic jack, and SD card. For me, the SD card is actually a really big one because obviously I do a lot of filming, so having an SD card built into my device rather than having to have an add-on, which I often have to have for the Mac and other Chromebooks that I use, is a real pain. So having that built in is actually great. And it's also one of the first Chromebooks that are part of the Intel Project Athena, okay? Now, not everyone's going to know what that is, so I'm just going to briefly explain what the Project Athena is. It's essentially a standard from Intel, and all laptops that have been certified with Project Athena have hit this sort of level of quality. So it can wake from sleep within a few seconds. It's consistently responsive on battery and on power, so there isn't that sort of change of speed of the device when it switches to battery power, which can often be frustrating for a lot of people. It's got that all-day battery life, so that sort of 12-hour battery life, which is great. You've also got fast charging, so again via the USB-C. This is all part of the Intel Project Athena. It will minimum have 4.5 hours as the minimum on this fast charge, which is great. And you've also got Thunderbolt 3 and this super fast Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi 6, they're calling it. Ultra slim, and it's also got this ability to flip around, so from a clamshell into like a tablet device. It's got to have this sort of 2 or double uses. And then it's also got these far-field microphones, backlit keyboard, precision touchpad, and pen support. So obviously this device is certified for this Project Athena, so it has all of these features, but I just wanted people to know what that was. So, okay, let's get to the actual unboxing. Right, so we have your traditional sort of brown box it comes in, but what I like about this, and I was excited to kind of see what this looked like, is that it actually comes in a much nicer box on the inside. A lot of times the laptop is actually just directly within here, but with this guy here, we actually have another box within it, and we have a little sleeve here as well for it. And again, this is kind of coming back to what I was saying of the sort of experience of buying that high-end device, that MacBook. It kind of reminds me of that, particularly with the kind of white as well. And it's very similar. You sort of have to, I don't know if anyone's ever opened a MacBook, you're almost kind of using the weight of it to get it, because it gets a little bit airlocked to sort of get it open. but it's just that separate box rather than just the kind of brown box. It's that sort of beautiful presentation that often you only see in stuff like Macs. And again, we've got that beautiful white as well, almost snow white. Let's just put that to one side and see what else we get in the box. So we've got a UK charger. Quite a neat little power adapter as well. Often I get frustrated with that, where you've got the power adapter is actually huge. So that's quite a little neat size. Obviously USB-C. So you get a USB-C to HDMI in the actual box, which is fantastic. Often you're having to go out and buy that as well. So that's brilliant. You've obviously got your usual kind of user manuals as well. So they are all standard. And then we actually have the stylus as well. And then with these little holders as well. So the holders allow you to clip it onto the side of the actual device, particularly when you're in tablet mode. That's what that is useful for. So really, really beautiful presentation, which, as I said, is not always something that you see in these type of devices, but really this is a premium device that ASUS is selling. And that's the kind of difference in the Chromebook market. We don't always see that. Often Chromebooks are sort of seen as the kind of cheaper device, whereas this is the more high-end one that we're kind of seeing now. So you can sort of see that clicks onto the side there, which is pretty cool. And then I can unclick it and I can obviously take it out. That is the SD card, and they have made this little clip on the side exactly the same size as that, so it clips into it really nicely, which is an interesting idea. You've got the speakers on the back and on the side, because I said it's got the 6-speaker system. Very easy to open, which is quite nice. And obviously because it's a tablet, you can or convertible to a tablet, you can push it all the way back if you want. And it does this really nice thing that I was reading up on, where when you lift it, if you just watch here, when I lift it, it actually tilts it up. So it's actually at a nicer angle now for typing, which is cool. Good travel on the keyboard as well. So quite nice typing. And a decent sized trackpad. I often get frustrated when the trackpad isn't big enough on these kind of devices, and I feel like it should be, particularly when they have the sort of real estate to do it. I think it kind of makes sense. And then we've got our little Harman Kardon there and our little Intel iCore 5 on this particular model. And this is the fingerprint scanner, so I can set up my fingerprint on here, and I can set it up as a fingerprint reader, and then I can flip it all the way around if I want. I could use the touchscreen on this if I wanted. That's for the stylus. Make sure I'm in English. Let's go. So then I can connect it to my Wi-Fi, get it set up. So we will be doing a full review of this over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then myself and hopefully Rory, if he's available, because as you know, he did the Chromebook Pixel review with me. I think it will be interesting for us to use this device, which obviously is competing within that marketplace. And interestingly, the Pixelbook now, that version of the Pixelbook that we have, is now discontinued. So, you know, I think one of the reasons maybe Google has done it, they have the Pixelbook Go, which is a cheaper version, is that there are now premium devices out there like this ASUS C400 series that really didn't exist before within the marketplace, and so Google was sort of showcasing it with something like the Pixel. One other thing I will note about this, just on sort of first glance, is I really, really love the really thin bezel around the outside. So I don't know if you guys can see that on top, but the bezel is actually really, really small. It's slightly thicker on top, so obviously so they can fit in the webcam, but really, really thin, and maximizing the amount of real estate that you're kind of getting on the screen. And one of the quotes I'd seen from this was a 14-inch screen on a 13-inch laptop. Which kind of sounded contradictory, but I think what they mean is what you'd sort of normally get on a 14-inch, that they're managing to kind of squeeze it in, because that bezel around the outside is just so thin and so light. The device is just so light in your hand. which is really, really nice. Super, super lightweight. Yeah. I am excited for us to get going and get testing on this over the next couple of weeks. Comes with this really, really nice sleeve as well, which is cool. Magnetic, so that it will magnetically shut, and it's soft on the inside so that it will keep it protected. So will it fit with the pen though? That's what I was wondering. Or do I need to take the pen off? I think I might do. Yeah, you need to take the pen off. Okay, so it slots in there on its own. Maybe I could fit the pen on the top. I can. Excellent. So you can carry the pen in the case. That's good to know. It's kind of a shiny outside, kind of a nylon-y, I think, maybe. Yeah, really, really nice. And I like that because often when you get a new tablet, you don't necessarily have something to put it in. So it's like a little envelope. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's update, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments and the usual LinkedIns and Twitters and Facebooks and the different ways that you guys contact us about what you think about this device. I think it's really interesting to see high-end Chromebooks coming into the marketplace. We're quite excited about that, and we're excited to hopefully get to test some more of these devices. I'm looking forward to getting to do the full review of this. As I said, that will be happening in the next couple of weeks when we've sort of had some time with the device itself. In the meantime, don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button. If you're looking at this on LinkedIn, do think about following our company page. And if you're looking at this on YouTube, do please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can see all of the weekly updates that we do. Thanks very much, guys. I will see you next week.